when everything else slowed down, forest loss sped up. When the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted lives and livelihoods around the world, and the global economy contracted by around 3.5% in 2020, the loss of primary tropical forests ticked up by 12% compared to 2019, continuing an upward trend. More than 12 million hectares of tree cover in the tropics was lost in 2020 alone, according to the data by WRI. Most alarmingly, that included 4.2 million hectares of previously undisturbed primary tropical forests. This loss represents a crisis for climate stability and biodiversity conservation and can be considered as a humanitarian disaster and lost economic opportunity. Pandemic-related lockdowns probably contributed to short-term increases in forest loss in some cases by limiting the mobility of law enforcement officials and forcing urban-rural migration. But studies say that the most significant impacts of the pandemic on forests are yet to come. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you are joining us from. Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, GCPIT, Global Council for Cluster Excellence in Research, GCCR, Confederation of Indian Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, CMSME, UFirst Eduversity, along with our partners, SDG Chaupal India, People of Impact UAE, Positive Ed Limited UK, Predixa UAE, Center for Environment Education Nepal, Southern Voice Peru, Innovation Technology Transfer Office, FITT IIT Delhi, Go Nomadic Private Limited Singapore, True Complexion Malaysia, Impact Trekkers Singapore, Griha Green Rating for Integrated Habitat Assessment, New Delhi, India, the Energy Resources Institute, TERI, New Delhi, India, Global Foundation for Advancement of Environment and Human Wellness, New Delhi, India, Serrano, Africa, Nairobi. We are proud to celebrate together the Global Sustainable Development Summit 2021 for unlocking the potential of SMEs for SDGs. A very warm welcome to all of you to day 16 of the summit. I'm Aparna Kumar, the Global Co-Chairperson of GCPIT and your host for the event. On behalf of GCPIT, I express our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for joining us today and supporting us always. Global Council for the Promotion of International Trade, or GCPIT, is one of the fastest growing organizations based out of India and South Africa with board and council member representation across the world. The objective of this organization is to implement relevant major national development strategies, promote foreign trade, bilateral investment, and economic and technological cooperation, carry forward cooperation with overseas trade promotion counterparts, receive overseas high-end trade and economic delegations, and much, much more. GCPIT supports entrepreneurs through its three verticals, which are the MSME growth vertical, where we handhold and support the existing SMEs, the W Combinator, where we empower and support women entrepreneurs and leaders, and the SDGs Global Impact Startups, where we encourage startups focusing on the SDGs. Last whole year, we have organized many premium online events like the Global Women's Business Summit, the Womenomics Global Mission, the Global Technology Summit, the Global Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship Summit, the Global Women in Trade Summit, only to name a few. As you can see, at GCPIT, we are constantly on the lookout for new and innovative ways to assist businesses in expanding their global reach. And it is with this vision that we launched the Global Sustainable Development Summit 2021 with a focus on how SMEs can support and at the same time gain by following the roadmap provided by the SDGs. We don't stop here. We are launching the magazine Sustainamics, which will cover articles and research papers focusing on sustainability. And we have announced the Global Sustainability Awards 2021, which will be GCPIT's next step towards supporting the global goals. Today, on day 16, we are focusing exclusively on SDG15, Life on Land, which urges us to protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, halt and reverse land degradation, and halt biodiversity loss. As we all know, forests cover nearly 31% of our planet's land area. From the air we breathe, to the water we drink, to the food we eat, forests sustain us. And forests are home to more than 80% of all terrestrial species of animals, plants, and insects. However, biodiversity is declining faster than at any other time in human history. Land degradation is undermining the well-being of 3.2 billion people, driving species to extinction and intensifying climate change. Lost forest means the disappearance of livelihoods in rural communities, increased carbon emissions, diminished biodiversity, and the degradation of land. But what can we do about it? A few things we all can do to support SDG 15 include recycling, eating a locally based diet that is sustainably sourced and consuming only what we need. We must be respectful towards wildlife and only take part in ecotourism opportunities that are responsibly and ethically run in order to prevent wildlife disturbance. Well-managed protected areas support healthy ecosystems, which in turn keep people healthy. It is therefore critical to secure the involvement of the local communities in the development and management of these protected areas. But none of this will happen without everybody's support. As Barack Obama said, change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We are the change that we seek. I once again thank you all for joining us today, and let me thank our partners for their unconditional support. Now it's